There's a hip hop option and a fashion design or whatever option.
They need to get the gameplay of just the basketball right.
You can have a hip. You stupid. You can have a hip hop career though on there, and
why?
Didn't you say it was like a hobby or something?
they look at it. They treat
one of the players, or you could just this is a separate
This can be
mode.
something that you do on the side. Like, yeah, I'm hooping. I'm build my.
So
player,
you're a player with no focus.
Yeah, like, and I'm looking at it like I don't know how I necessarily feel about it, because it's like, to me it kind of makes hip hop seem like
a side hustle.
Exactly. Like, you see Terry's reaction when he was like in a basketball game. Like, that's how I was when I saw it. So what do y'all think about that, man? Them putting like hip hop is kind of like a hobby in a 2K game.
Look,
here you go.
No,
don't
why
say,
I gotta be all that?
Just don't say Ice-T, man.
No, first of all, shout out to Ice-T. But I mean, okay, I take that. I was about to say something, but I thought about anybody who's rapping right now in the league, and it's Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard is an all-star. He is a franchise player, and his raps aren't terrible. So maybe, okay, I can see this, because at first I was like, oh, somebody who's just okay at basketball, he's gonna try to get his rapping on. It just seemed like something corny to me. Anytime you try to integrate a certain level of hip hop into anything this mass market and this corporate as the NBA 2K games, I'm like, okay, how are they going to mess this up? Right. That end, as somebody who's an actual gamer, I need them to get the core gameplay of NBA 2K back on point before they start adding all this other stuff to where you can be a fashion designer
you have a
or
career,
go to the studio. I have Game Pass, so I'm not going to pay for it anyway. But at the same time,
okay, excuse me.
But at the same time, I'm like, this has so much potential to be corny. I like the fact that, like, they, I remember one year it was like the story was by Spike Lee, and I thought that was cool. And then one day it was like executive produced by Jay-Z, and that was basically just the playlist that would play during any given part of the game. So I guess there's a decent track record, but I think this is them biting off way more than they can chew. Guys, put the weed in the bag first. Make a good basketball video game and get back on the rails with that. And then, then maybe you can make this DLC or something. Don't make this into something to where you're just going to potentially take resources away from you actually making a good basketball game.
Well, you sound like a gamer. Jay Diff, talk to me, man. Like you had an initial reaction.
Well, I just think it's extra at the end of the day to involve all that in a basketball game. It's cool to kind of intertwine things, because you can't just pinpoint and say, okay, if you play basketball, then you can't rap, or you can't be a fashion designer, or you can't do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, like he said, it's corny to involve a lot of that stuff in this video game. It's like, can we just play basketball?
Yeah.
And call it a day? I mean, even in story mode, can it just be somebody's career from high school on up to college and making it to an NBA? It's a basketball game. That's all I really want to see. I don't want to see some you got to add this flashy fashion designer into it as well. What was that?
I do not know.
Shouts to DJ BK for hosting us.
Oh,
that's what's up.
Appreciate it.
That's cool.
But no, it's just too extra, and it's like people are like, hip hop is just a grab at this point. Like,
Thank you.
let's grab some hip hop or some hip hop influenced things to kind of give it an edge or appeal to more people. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the audience of Rolling Loud. It was stupid crazy.
Yeah, I saw it.
But so I'm watching the crowd while what's his name, Kodak Black, is performing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when you look at the people reciting his lyrics, it's like, good and well you don't live the same life that Kodak Black lived.
Not even close.
So I just have a problem with trying to include hip hop to make everything cool in every aspect of life. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Let's let a basketball game exist as a basketball game, right, without adding all the extra bells and whistles to it. That's all I'm trying to say.
I think that's well played. You got any thoughts?
Both points that Jay and Jay both made, Terry and Jay, are are valid. I mean, I like NBA 2K enough. You know, like I play it. You know, my player is level 95, Michael.
Don't get me started on that.
Good,
Tell him about the game, Genie Mike.
You know,
tell him about the gun line.
We're on route for a championship this year.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But no,
super serum.
But there are things about the game. I feel like, you know, focus on the game. You know, like focus on the game. We don't need to add a side hustle of being a hip hop artist. And in a world where it's like, we kind of touched on this a little bit when we talked about it in the pre-show, but like, there's already so much valuing of like artistry in general.
Yeah.
Do we really need to do it even further to be like, well, anybody can pick this up as a hobby?
I'm telling you, that's how it's coming. That's how it comes off.
It's not that easy. It's not easy to have a music career. It's one of the hardest careers you could even try to have.
Right.
Period.
Maybe it used to be.
No, it's it's still really hard. It's just everybody keeps trying.
People that make it literally hit the lottery.
Yeah, that's
pretty much. I mean, even the game started rapping after he got shot.
Yeah,
he had a record deal within a year.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen for people.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm not taking anything away from the game. His situation is unique, but he wasn't out there digging in the trenches, putting in work like that.
No,
he hit the lottery.
And that's what most people that hit that point, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, just listen to so much music. How many rappers do we know that are ridiculously talented that actually do a lot of great work that can't pay their
not through rapping.
Not through rapping. Not through music.
You know, they still have to, you know, do whatever it is their day job is to make sure that they can pay the bills. Like they don't make enough
We're
money
literally sitting at a table full of people that do hip hop.
Yeah.
That could be getting paid, making a living off it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And even further, like any other side of basketball and these, you know, there's 450 people in the world that play in the NBA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something like that. But like, if you want to be an engineer, you can go to school in 4 years, you can be an engineer.
Yeah.
You can't put 4 years worth of, you know, expertise into rapping and then be like, hey, have a career.
Yeah, where's my spot? I'm Def Jam, I'm here.
Yeah, you can go to the New Rock Nation school for music, and that's still not going to guarantee that you get a record deal.
Yeah,
or out here popular and
ain't it
thriving from your music.
Like he said with the lottery, it's like if you think about it, I equate that to the million views kids. Like, however they get there, who knows? You know, people pay for views or whatever, but you know, when you get that 1.5 million view rapper that's in his bedroom, the next thing you know, he's sitting at, I don't know, labels dang near don't even exist anymore, but he's sitting in front of an executive.
That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's like whatever he did went viral enough so that somebody paid attention enough to be like, yeah, I don't really know what he's talking about. I don't know what's going on, but they like it. Let's bring him in. Yep. Simple as that.
But it's all for the moment. When you sit back and think about the artists that are truly thriving, they didn't have a viral moment. Like they literally grinded from the bottom and have stayed here consistently since then.
No,
there was no viral moment that went into that.
That's a good point.
The thing is, you can look at, say when you go back and look at those freshman covers, there's already somebody on there be like, man, what happened to that person?
Yep.
More than one.
I mean, yeah, more than one.
Yeah, more than
even
one.
like, you know, when you go back and look at, like, I don't even know if like they still print the Source or XXL like as magazines that you could actually buy from the store. But like when you could, like, because I used to keep like all these old magazines around. And
I still got a bunch. I need to get rid of them.
But go back and look at a magazine from 2010, and you'll be thumbing through that entire magazine and be like, wow, none of these people are famous yet, or very famous anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't really take that long for you to, you know, sometimes you start from here, you wind up making it to the top or what you think is the top.
Yeah.
And then,
bottom out.
Look, okay, better example. Because magazines, you know, print is dead.
That's the Egon.
When you,
I see what you did.
When you watch award shows, like you watch the BET Awards, pull up the BET Award shows from 5 years ago. Most of those people wouldn't even be invited to the BET Awards to sit in the back row now. It just happens that fast.
That's tough.
You know, and that's 5 years. Like, you know, for, you know, I mean, Where's August Alsina now?
Man.
You know, nothing
Where
against
is
that dude.
Saigon? And Saigon was actually dope.
Yeah.
But when you talk about being on covers of magazines and featured, Saigon was somebody that people was looking forward to hearing from.
He had a whole album produced by Just Blaze.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who gets that? Like, it's just crazy, man.
We all get money.
Features with Jay-Z and Trey Songz and the whole. Yeah, look,
he had the blueprint.
The blueprint.
But
Facts.
it's just that, like, the thing is, it used to be, I had a theory where hip hop and your lifespan is like high school. You got 4 good years.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty much done. It's going to hopefully you've made enough good music to where when the nostalgia comes around in another 10 years, you'll be good.
Yeah.
Or you legitimately built yourself, like built
Straight
like
up.
infrastructure around what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know who's a good example when you want to look at freshman class lists? You see certain people. Is Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah. Well, that cover that Freddie Gibbs
was
on
one of the best ones.
had
to me.
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, that was a tough cover.
It had
was on that.
Pull it up. Let me see if I pull it
TDE. What's his name?
We just talking about
Not
J-Rock?
Isaiah Rashad. J-Rock. No, J-Rock was before everybody. It might have been Isaiah Rashad.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
You got it.
But yeah, that cover was popping.
J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole.
Yeah.
But then there's somebody named Pill.
I remember
that.
Pill.
But you know, Freddie Gibbs, Big Sean, Wiz Khalifa.
Him and LEP.
Okay, OJ the Juice Man. I guess we can't really, you know.
Hey,
J-Rock, Fayshawn.
J-Rock. That's who I was looking for.
And Donis. I remember
Sean.
I guess it was J-Rock.
I remember for Sean.
Yeah, I remember them really
Fashawn.
trying to push Donis at one point.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. That was
Big
actually
Sean.
a solid showing for a XXL cover.
And if you think about it, you fast forward to now, Freddie Gibbs coming off a Grammy nomination with The Alchemist. Still out here with good product, consistent music.
Guess who was never on a XXL freshman cover?
Who was
Drake.
that?
Tyler, the Creator.
That's tough.
Wow. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. But
His whole crew could have been on there.
Yeah, but they missed Drake and Nicki.
Yeah, I think a couple people turned it down though.
Yeah, I can
Drake,
see that.
I could see Drake having to turn it down because he was bubbling though. Like
This is a crazy list.
Yeah.
Because this was 2010.
Yeah.
that's one of the best ones.
That's
think
the heart of the blog era too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Donis is on here, and Donis had a little bit of a run too.
Yeah,
But just think, J. Cole just put out an album that had everybody open.
facts.
Big Sean has had an incredible run.
Big Sean re-released his debut album.
You know,
Nipsey, Wiz was huge.
Yeah.
J-Rock, and then Pill. I mean, I haven't really heard a lot from Pill.
Pill had some mixtapes that was cold, but nothing. Nobody. It's like nobody picked him up from a major standpoint.
You had a Pill feature before.
I sure
Pill was
did.
Pill.
I had a Pill. That's too many P's, man. I had Pill feature before Pill was
Popping Peas.
Was that
Yeah.
2008?
Yeah, him and LEP, Bogus Boy. Yeah, man.
Flex those credits a little bit, you know.
We old out here. We old out here. All right,
Nah. But note to the kids: don't peak in high school.
Yeah, man.
man.
Yeah, man.
Keep it moving.
Because you know what? If you're in high school right now and you think, man, this is terrible, trust me. I had to put this out as a little bit of encouragement last year for the kids who weren't going to prom.
Yeah,
And I posted a picture from my prom, and I was like, this isn't even top 10 of the best things that happened to me
Yeah.
in 1995. That's how old I am. I went to prom in 1995.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I know you're upset that you missed your prom, but this ain't gonna be it for
Nah,
you.
this
Not
ain't
even
the end
close.
all
This
be
isn't
all.
it. This, you know,
not even close.
and you don't want to be that guy that comes to the 10-year reunion. It's like, hey guys, remember the big game? And it's like, no, we've moved on.
Yeah,
Shout out to Al Bundy.
yeah,
Still talking about them 4 touchdowns you threw a poke high. No,
Yeah.
We don't remember those, brother.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the uncle on Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico.
And you know what? This is the weirdest thing. Like, I should have picked this up. You realize Uncle Rico was the same actor who played Sean on Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I mean, I found that out like maybe about 4 years ago, and I was like,
Damn. I knew it immediately. I was like, wow, Sean came up.
Sean came up.
Yeah, Sean actually was. They casted him perfect for Martin. Like that worked with him at the radio
They
station.
casted him perfect for
Uncle Rico.
Napoleon Dynamite
Yeah.
too. He threw that steak across the field.
He was like, he thought just somehow these VHS tapes was going to get out there. That's how a lot of these rappers are when
Yeah.
they just post links to their SoundCloud on people's comment page.
Or their
Don't do that,
Reverb
man.
Nation.
Don't do
you
that.
hate when somebody tells you about their Reverb Nation?
I don't even know what that is.
See?
If you've enjoyed this segment of the New Old Heads podcast, make sure you join our live show every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/newoldheads. You can also catch playback of all of our shows on any podcast app and youtube.com/newoldheadsnetwork. And go to newoldheads.com/community to join our Discord.